So when I was in my early to mid-20s, I went to a UU Young Adult Leadership Retreat at the Mountain up in North Carolina. As part of this retreat, they pulled out pieces of an RE program called Articulating Your Faith. It's one of my favorites, and it's one we'll actually be offering as part of Middle Hour here starting in September. So there were several things about the stuff that we did from this program that stuck with me, but one was an image. It wasn't a fancy image, it wasn't even pretty, but it really did stick. So it was an arch with the 7 principles in the blocks of the arch. And in the middle, in a little box, was the preamble to the principles. We, the member congregations of the Unitarian Universalist Association, covenant to affirm and promote, ... I don't know if we talked a lot about the image or if we just talked briefly about it, but it has always stuck with me. The idea from this was that the 1st and 7th principles, the inherent worth and dignity and the interdependent web of existence, were the pillars for this arch. They're on the sides. Those keep us grounded and are how we view the world and the people in it. The 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th principles are how we conduct ourselves in the world. Human relationships, spiritual growth, how we govern ourselves, and the goal of world peace, healthy community. But the 4th principle, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, she is my favorite. She is the keystone of the arch. I'll be honest, I am no expert on architecture or masonry. My knowledge is pretty low, and you can get it all from Wikipedia. But this is what I have learned. The keystone experiences the least amount of stress in the arch, but it's the keystone that allows all of the other pieces to bear stress and stand up. Without it, the other pieces don't work. A free and responsible search for truth and meaning. What does that even mean? For me, it boils down to the fact that we have to ensure that everyone has freedom to find their own truth and meaning, and that we have a responsibility to find our own. The only way I know to do this in my life is to constantly seek out new truths and meaning and new ways to look at the world. That means, for me personally, facilitating religious exploration classes right now. Trust me, I am a co-discoverer with all of the people in the room with me. When I've worked with children, this has been about allowing them the freedom to create their own meaning and truth, even if I feel absolutely sure it is something that they will outgrow. Working with youth and adults has often meant making space for differing views and allowing the paradoxes to sit. That's allowing the freedom within our own walls. The responsibility. That one is harder to articulate sometimes, but no less important. We all have a responsibility to be true to ourselves, but we also have a responsibility to honor those around us, those that came before us, and those that will come after us, both in our words and our actions. And we have a responsibility to know ourselves and to find meaning. I do this along with many other people in our congregation to help make our keystone and our community stronger, so that we are all more grounded in our faith and what we know right now to be true, both with a big T and a little t. And so that we can discern what brings meaning to our lives, both as individuals and as a community. When we do this, we become grounded so that we can go out into the world and demand justice, equity, compassion, and peace, so that we can create a world where everyone's dignity is honored, as is our interdependence with the world and all of the things in it.